Hey there, and thank you for clicking on the video. My name's Jay, and today we'll be going over the Fakemon designs I made for Faketober Challenge for Week 2, hosted by Kurstai. As a quick reminder, the Faketober Challenge is very much so in the same vein of Inktober and all sorts of different spin-offs it has gained over the years. The Faketober Challenge has you make a Fakemon design based on the prompt of the day. So for today, I'll be going over day 6 through 12. And I'll try to do my best to keep this rather short and sweet, as I'll be going over 7 Pokemon designs I made this week. So, day 6, fruit. Well, over the course of this Faketober challenge so far, I found myself realizing that I've been enjoying doing some simpler designs. But I do feel like simpler designs does undersell it a little bit, mostly because I'm not just making an orb with arms or an orb with just eyes. No, I think I can better show you what I mean. So, introducing avocado. The prompt of fruit could have honestly led me in plenty of different directions, but I decided to look up fruit buns, figuring out that those would be a nice way to have a sort of fun idea inspired in myself. And it did. I found this fruit bun of avocado, and honestly, I just kind of ran with it. Oh, and before I forget, its name is simply based on the pun of avocado and cuddle. Its design is meant to be in the same sort of direction as Cherubi is, whereas avocado has 2 halves that make up its whole fruit. Avocado, the embrace Pokemon. Both halves of avocado have their own independent thoughts. Avocado keep holding one another in an embrace to keep the seed inside of them safe. It is unclear if the seed avocado keeps between its halves has its own independent thoughts or not. Whenever avocado does lose track of its seed, it will search for it relentlessly. Day 7, Stellar, and my mind went to space. Now, I wasn't just gonna make a new form of Clavable or evolutions to Solrock or Lunatone. Heck, I've already made one recently for Minior. Actually 2 in fact, for the Younger Dex project, but we'll cover those in a future video. No, my mind went to space travel. I started thinking about aliens, astronauts, and rocket ships. I started thinking about this old sketch I've done a while ago. This itty bitty little guy that was sort of an explorer. And I started reworking that sketch into something new. So meet Cosimian. Its name stemming from Cosmos, Cosmonaut, and Simian. It's effectively an alien monkey astronaut. Cosimian takes inspiration from all 3 of those. Oh, and UFOs. I mean, look at the shape of its body. I'm pretty sure you can already see what I mean. Oh, and of course, it is modeled after monkeys, seeing as the first animal that was sent into space was a monkey. Cosimian, the extraterrestrial Pokemon. Thought to be a Pokemon from beyond the stars, Cosimian's genetic makeup is entirely foreign to most known Pokemon. Experiments have showcased its limbs being bendable and extendable. Its head is encased in a strange alien goo. It is believed it cannot breathe our planet's atmosphere because of this. It eats seemingly through absorbing food into this goo. Day 8. Long, and I'll be honest, I almost made a swallowed evolution based on a lung, because in Dutch the word lang means lung. Oh yeah, I'm Dutch by the way, a little bit of J-Law right there. Anyway, I didn't want to go about and make a giraffe or a serpent of some sort, because I feel like that's like the go-to when thinking about long things. Now, I kind of felt like the prompt itself was kind of fake, to be honest, as if I couldn't see the trees before the forest anymore. Wait, that gives me an idea. So I started looking at tall trees, which led me to make Treeant, an evolution for Sudowoodo, which I've so kindly provided an on-scale image here. Treeant retains Sudowoodo's pure rock type. Treeant's name comes from tree, treant, and ain't, because like Sudowoodo, it is not actually a tree. Most of the inspiration behind it stems from the giant sequoia trees, which it also borrows the slight gradient on its bottom half. The other parts that inspired it are petrified wood and a little bit of the saying to have your head in the clouds, which is why its silly face is peeking out above of its fake foliage. Treeant, the petrified tree Pokémon. This rather large evolution of Sudowoodo has gone unnoticed for some time, apparently through actual camouflage. That said, common theory is that the people did not look up far enough to notice it. Its head is surrounded by fake foliage, letting it blend in more easily with actual trees. Because of this, it has become harder for it to shoo away roosting bird Pokémon. Day 9. Imposter. Yeah, I'm just gonna go and say here that I don't expect to be the only one to be thinking about Among Us when it comes to that word. So I told myself to just do about anything else and did not want to give in to that brain rot. But I blinked again and I could only think of Among Us until I reminded myself of Wobbuffet and how its body is kind of an imposter, taking hits for what we perceive as the tail, which theory suggests to be the actual Pokemon. And then it kinda just clicked. I could use this idea that I once had but never acted on, called Wobbuffet. Yeah, not the best name, but still, I could make it a spider that is a Wobbuffet mimic, or a convergent depending on how you want to look at it, that has a Wobbuffet mimicking abdomen, like other spiders have faces on their abdomen as well. I think Spinarak and Aria does. Which led me to make Webbuffet, replacing part of Wobbuffet's name to now have the web part of his spiderweb in it. Here I worked with the idea that the tail of a Wobbuffet is actually the main body instead, turning it into the spider's body. I tried to keep it simple enough so it wouldn't look too different from Wobbuffet itself, considering it is meant to be an imposter after all. It just uses its Wobbuffet-like abdomen to frighten its foes. Webbuffet, the abdomen Pokemon. The abdomen of this Pokemon has had the researchers who first discovered it mistake it for a Wobbuffet, though closer inspection revealed that this Pokemon instead has an abdomen that resembles it. It seemingly can inflate and deflate its abdomen by will. It does so by sucking in enough air to enlarge its abdomen. Current theory is that this is its own way of scaring potential predators. Okay, so with 4 down, I figured this is a decent time to ask you to like, comment and or subscribe if you are enjoying this video. It means a lot, so hey, thank you. Day 10, Cyber. Honestly, I've done a fair bit of tech or cybernetic based designs for the Yonya region so far already, a fair share of which were more on the complicated side, which just had me feeling like I didn't want to overdo it with Cyber prompt for day 10. So a friend of mine and I started talking, and during our conversation they brought up an idea which I then expanded on further. So meet the cyber virus I cooked up for this prompt. Bitemite. Bitemite's name stems from data, bite, biting, bat, and batmite of all things. Bitemite is a data vampire that's taken physical form in the physical plane. Its body is supposed to look similar to those old retro games like Space Invaders and Galaga. If you don't know what that means, please just Google it or maybe ask your parents, they might know. Bitemite, the malware Pokémon. A computer virus that has somehow gained the ability to form itself in the physical world, Bitemite has been hard to record, whereas its physical body seems to disrupt any digital apparatus. Its physical body is nearly as flat as paper. As it has become more accepted as a possible living being, research has started to try to find the source of its code to determine its origin. Day 11. Yokai. Okay, so for this prompt, I went through an entire list of yokai to find some that stood out to me. Even found some inspiration for an Ariados evolution for the Young Pokédex project. But that's for a later day. So for now, I'll make this really short and sweet because in my opinion, these designs are true. Meet Yukidama. Coming from the Japanese word for sap, Tsuki, and Kodama, the name of the yokai I based these on. So went with Kodama yokai for this prompt and used the two most iconic berries to make it a full concept, a citrus and an orange berry Kodama. Okay, so I'm not too knowledgeable when it comes to yokai, but as far as I know, I cannot give a simpler explanation than this. Kodama are spirits in Japanese folklore that inhabit trees, and with berries and Pokemon mostly growing in trees, I figured this would make a perfect combination. Yukidama, the forest spirit Pokemon. Every so often, a citrus or orange berry sprouts legs of berry juice and starts walking around, becoming a Yukidama. It lives in the forest, protecting the foliage and watering the plants in need. Its body is made almost entirely of berry juice. As it moves around, it tends to leave droplets of its berry juice behind, making it have to refill itself not soon after. Day 12, aka today when this video goes live, I hope. Water type. Honestly, it kinda just felt like a free parking space to me. And oh, I knew exactly what I wanted to do for a water type prompt. I could revive an old sketch I did that never saw the light of day. And boy, I am so satisfied with the result of it. So honestly, this intro might be short, but please, meet Buffloat. Honestly, Buffloat boils down to being a puffin, a swimmer/diver, and it's basically wearing a raincoat. The bubbles on its head also make up diving goggles too. Its name comes from puffin, float, floating, and offload, like relaxing, taking a load off. And honestly, that's just about it, to be honest. I just really like it myself. Buffloat, the swimmer Pokemon. Its wings have evolved in such a way where it has lost the ability to fly, but it can move around with much ease in the water. Its wings help it propel itself through the water as if it were a missile. Buffloat are capable of floating around in the water by spreading their wings, only revealing their head above the water while they rest. The bubbles on its eyes enhance its vision underwater. Hey, that was about it for today. I hope you enjoyed, and please let me know which of the 7 Faketober Fakemon of this week was your favorite. Oh, and if you liked the video, please once again consider dropping a like or subscribe too. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye! Oh, and YouTube thinks you might like this video next.